What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel, Gathering the Magic here, bringing you SplinterForge content every single year. We also never stream right here, whether it's Tuesday, Thursday, or Sunday morning. So you can come by and say hello. I will be on Splinterlands, cursing my bad luck in opening my bronze chest for Soulbound reward cards. Okay, so in this SplinterForge video, I'm going to show you some of the battles that I do with the team that I rented earlier this week. May have a couple different cards. There's a couple extra cards that I rented for Magic for different rule sets. But let's go ahead and get started. So right now we have Kelia and Ilthane. We have the Silver Shield Assassin. One of the Soulbound cards I managed to get on my bronze account, the Coastal Sentry for the double strike. A couple more creatures that give Inspire, Armor Smith for repair, Creeping Ooze for a slow, and the Healer. So that actually does save us 2 mana. So let's go ahead and get started with this fight. Now usually what it does right here, if it says fight loading and it doesn't do it right away, I'll go ahead and I'll just kind of refresh the page. I'll go off the page and then back on it, and then just resubmit my team. Okay, so this time it's Magic Reflect, so we don't want to go Magic. So our 2 summoners, we will actually use the Kraken, the Assassin, the Shark, and the Knight. Let's do we want to do Healer or double Armor Repair? Let's do 1 Healer, Armor Repair, and Slow. So starting with 811 Forgium. Had a good fight, got 9.5 Forgium. So we'll go ahead and battle him again. This time he has shield, so this time we want to go more magic. So I rented Alric Stormbringer. So we'll do him and Elthane. I also rented Phantom of the Abyss. Let's use Genoshanis. Adelaide for the repair. Let's do Time Mage for the slow. Healer. Armor repair. And extra armor repair. Actually saved 1 mana that way. See how we do this fight. This fight we only managed to do 67, so we only got 3 Forgium. Go ahead and do another battle. Ooh, another bad magic one, so Void. So we'll go back to the melee team with Kelia, Ilthane, the Kraken, the Assassin, Shark, and the Knight. And then let's go the Healer again, Armor Smith, and Creeping Ooze. As you can see, they sped it up by reducing the time you have to wait between battles to 30 seconds from a minute, so you can submit your teams a lot quicker. Almost 7 Forgium for that battle. Let's go ahead. So this one is Force Field, so we don't want to do more than 5 damage if possible. So what we can do for this... do we want to go Kraken? So if I go Kraken, I almost don't want to buff him. So let's go Assassin and Repair. So we won't use the 2 cards that buff. Let's use an extra slow. Creeping Ooze for another slow. So that leaves us 6 mana, which is perfect for an armor repair and a healer. We'll try that battle. Should be averaging, you know, somewhere around 5 or 6 every battle. So like I said, if you can average 5 or 6 every battle, you get 11 battles in, you're going to get 55 to 66 Forgium every time you play and burn your stamina down. So this one again is one where you don't want to do magic. So we will go melee. So we'll go Kraken again, double strike Assassin, 2 Inspire cards, Repair. Actually, this one, let's go double Repair and not do a heal and see if that makes any difference. So one thing I'm always wondering, if you have a Repair, is it good to go with a second Repair or go with a heal? So this time we got 7.3. So it seems to be, at least for me, about the same, whether you go double Repair or Repair and a heal. Okay, so this one is Scattershot. So this one doesn't really matter a whole lot if you have the Kraken because of the Scattershot, but still like the Kraken just for the high hit points and damage output. So we'll do Kraken. We'll just basically stick with the melee team again. May go with the heal, just because I'll probably need more healing in this one. And Creeping Ooze. And of course, as you level up your hero, you get him with gear, there are runes you can get to increase your mana cap. So if you are someone that has higher level cards and more expensive cards, if you can equip your hero with the rune that adds mana per battle, you can go from 45 to 50 to 60. I think in beta I managed to get up to 81 for my mana cap. So you can have a lot stronger creatures. And of course the level of your creatures will be dependent on the level of the boss. So even if you own level 10 commons, if you're fighting the bronze boss, they will get downgraded to level 3. So this shows the max tier that you can play. Your summoner, in case you guys didn't know, your summoner level doesn't matter. You know, just have level 1 summoners, that's fine. Your monster levels you want to own or rent as high as possible for whatever league of the boss that you're fighting. And then of course they have max stats for your hero. I don't know of anyone that's getting them in the 50s, even fighting the champ boss. I think in future expansions, as they come out with more gear, you might be able to do this amount of damage, but I think the highest I saw anybody do for like any type of attack was somewhere in the 15 to 20 range. Simply because you can only put 1 damage rune per weapon. So you're kind of limited there. Okay, so this is another one where you don't want to play a lot of magic. So let's go ahead and do the melee team again. You know, pretty standard. You'll make subtle changes to your lineup depending on the boss's abilities. Like I said, usually it's good to have a good melee strategy and then have a good magic strategy. So you can see sometimes I add an extra armor repair. Always like having a slow. The more you can slow the boss and the more you can speed up your team, the better. Some summoners that you will see people use a lot is Kitty for the +2 speed and Yasik for the +2 speed. So right away they'll have +4 speed, which is huge for their team. And then if you can add a couple slows on the boss, you know, you can make it where your guys are attacking 2, maybe 3 times to every 1 time the boss attacks. So there's another 7.5 Forgium. Looks like we can do 3 more battles. So this is going to be another melee battle. So as you can see, it doesn't take a whole lot of time. You know, it does take some time to kind of strategize what cards you want to rent. But once you have your cards rented, it's pretty much straightforward at this point. You know, you just look at what the random ability is. You can kind of plan for the main ability what you want to go against. You know, it's like, okay, but you know, obviously it's probably not great for me to use the Kraken since he is Fury, but I already had it rented when this boss had a different ability. And since I already have him rented for the week, I'm just going to go ahead and keep using him. Like you can see, I'm still averaging 6 or 7 Forgium per battle, so that is good for me. This one has Affliction, so obviously I will not do healing. So go ahead and do our melee team again. Just for fun, since he has Fury, let's try Phantom of the Abyss. Just because that card will be very hard to hit. And if I pick the same lineup, how much extra mana do I have? Only 2. Trying to think if I could upgrade something a little bit better. Yeah, we'll just stick with that. Can't think of anything that I could swap out to use that extra 2 mana and make that much of a difference. Okay, skip to rewards. That one was great. That one was almost 10 for Jim. So we've got enough stamina for one more battle. Okay, so this one, don't want to do magic since he has phase. So once again, we will stick with our melee team. We'll just stick with the Kraken, since he might be able to dodge that. Curious to see once I get more soulbound cards, what soulbound cards I can add that would help in SplinterForge. We'll go double repair this time in the slow. And we will push up to somewhere in 880 some Forgium, it looks like. 885. So 7.86 Forgium. Okay, so it is Friday morning. We're at 885 Forgium. So I had 801, so that means I gained 84 additional Forgium this morning. So tonight when I get home from work, I will grind again because my stamina will be reset to 500. So hopefully I can get another 80 or 90, and then this will push me to about the 950 range. And then if I can average, you know, about what I've been averaging, it looks like we're going to get close to my estimation of 1120 DC for the week. Now I did rent a couple extra cards, so I'm going to have to figure that in as well. Like I said, I did rent Phantom of the Abyss. I did rent Malric, so I'll figure that in. But still, it's probably going to be well over 950 some DEC that we're going to profit this week, even factoring rental costs. So got a day and a half to go, guys, and I will update that and show you my final results, and then I'll have to decide what I'm going to do with the earnings. I may roll them over for a while and see if I can get up to 3,000 Forgium, so I can actually go ahead and buy a crate, because they have mentioned in Discord they're looking at probably changing the game at some point in the future, where if you don't have gear on your hero, your earnings will be reduced. Here you can see on the bottom, I'm tracking my cards for my $10 account. Been a little bit luckier the last 3 days, at least getting cards. But as you can see, I'm well below average. With 101 chests, I should have 33 cards, and I have 15. So had a really, really rough start. Hopefully it's starting to turn around. You can stay tuned. I will update this every day as I go along collecting bronze chests in my $10 account, and we'll see how we do. Okay, guys, that's all we have for today for SplinterForge. Like I said, looking at saving up my Forgium and probably upgrading my hero, getting some cards. Let me know how you guys are doing in SplinterForge. If you're playing, have you invested anything, or are you just doing like I am and just playing for free and getting some free Forgium? So look forward to reading your comments, and I will see you again tomorrow with another video. Take care.